How would you like to go into an authorized dealer and get any watch you wanted? Well, you can, you just have to become a celebrity. Celebrities are being offered some of the rarest and most expensive watches that brands produce. But why? Well, firstly, I want to explain what I mean by celebrity and why being a celebrity is way more valuable than just being rich. Celebrities these days have a lot of following on social media and a lot of power and influence over a lot of people. The kind of influence that is appealing to an authorized dealer. You see, an AD could have 10, 20 millionaires walk into the store every day asking for a steel Daytona. It's a relatively common occurrence. But what isn't so common is a celebrity that has millions of followers. Now, I was told this recently by someone I know with millions of YouTube subscribers. He walked into an AD, showed his social media platforms, and by the end of the conversation, he was offered a Rolex Daytona. You might be thinking, okay, great, but why? You see, the objective of an AD these days is to sell jewelry and lesser known watch brands. Salespeople at an AD don't have to try and sell a Rolex will sell itself. In fact, I know that some ADs don't even include the sale of a Rolex in the salesperson's sales targets because a Rolex will sell in a heartbeat. It's not hard. But what is more difficult to sell is a Breitling or a diamond necklace. Why am I saying this? Well, an influencer or celebrity will often share where they're buying their watches from, and this will drive traffic to that AD, and therefore people will be more inclined to go to that AD. And then what happens? Well, they go into the AD, they ask for the watch that they want, they don't get offered the watch that they want, but they're encouraged to buy another watch brand or some jewelry, all of which will contribute to the revenue of that AD and will help the salesperson hit their target. Something to this extent happened last year. After closing hours, an AD put on an event for celebrities. Celebrities went to the event, they shared where they were, and in return, the AD offered them some Rolexes, and Rolexes that I was shocked to hear that the AD had to offer these people. And I actually went to this event. Well, I didn't go to the event, but I went to the AD and had a look who was there, and there were some celebrities there, and I heard from people that I knew at the time that there was a platinum day date being offered, submariners of all different metals, root beers, you name it, they were able to buy it that night. That's great, Phil, but how does this help me? Well, when you look under the surface of this is all about what value you can bring to the AD. Some people bring value because they spend hundreds of thousands at the AD, contributing to the AD's revenue targets, and in return, they just get the watches that they want. Some people bring value because they're a new customer, and yes, believe it or not, ADs do take into consideration new customers, but again, it's all about potential revenue. For example, can this new person bring us revenue this year and for the next 10 years? And as mentioned, some people bring value by acting as a marketing tool, aka the celebrity. So even if you're not a celebrity, there is hope. You can bring value by either spending a lot of money or by making the AD believe that you're going to spend a lot of money in the future. I say this to a lot of new people that I meet. If you're not a celebrity or you can't spend lots of money at the AD, make sure that your personal profile is on point. What is a customer profile? ADs know a lot about you, and if they don't, they ain't going to sell you a watch. They want to know what you do for a living, what you're likely going to make in a year from your job. If you have a wife, husband, and kids, what you like to do at the weekend, who is your favorite sports team, all this kind of stuff, they are creating this picture, this profile of you, the potential customer, and if they like what they see, if there's ticks in the boxes, they might sell you a watch. For certain rare watches, Rolex will intervene and they will send a very long document to this potential buyer, and they will have to fill it out. They want to know what other assets that you own, for example, like a car. All of this picture painting is to help the AD gain confidence in you. They want to know that you're the family man who is a doctor, who at the weekend goes fishing with his friends and has loads of money to spend on jewelry and Tudor and Breitling and necklaces and bracelets and all the stuff that is hard to sell. Yeah, okay. But what's the real reason that ADs want to know all of this about you? Basically, they want to know if they sell you a watch, you're not going to sell it. Because look, if the AD sells you a watch, you sell it straight away, and Rolex find out, the AD might get a slap on the wrist, and the salesperson might also get a slap on the wrist. But also, you have to think about this. Rolex are giving ADs the right to sell their product, and if the AD does anything wrong at any point, Rolex could revoke the license that enables them to sell the watches, and if you don't have Rolex, so make the AD believe that you're not going to sell the watch, whether that's your intention or not. Now, we know you have to either bring value or be a trusted buyer, and you can work on whichever path you choose. But what if probably like 90% of people, you are just a normal person and you have a steady job with an okay income and you want to buy your first Rolex. Well, this is where it gets really tricky, and this is where you hear the stories about ADs being rude and not giving people the time of day when they walk into the store. And look, it's not great that this is the case. Genuine watch lovers may not be able to get the watches that they want. But what I hate most about authorized dealers is that they will leverage selling you other brands to help you get the watch that you actually want. But you know what? On the other hand, it's completely understandable that an AD would do this. ADs are a business and they operate to turn a profit. Look, if you were working at an AD and you had the option to sell a black Submariner to someone who bought 20k in jewelry and wanted the watch, or just a person who wanted the black Sub, who are you going to choose? Of course, you're going to choose the person that would spend £20,000 more because it will help you hit your sales target. That is your job. And look, I know this is a very complex problem and it's very difficult to solve this issue. And part of me thinks that Rolex just doesn't care. They stay in their lane. They're not bothered. They're not a profit-driven organization. So why would they make any changes? But then I also look at AP and I think maybe Rolex could adopt some of the changes that AP have made, where they've brought all the decision-making in-house and they don't operate with the AD model anymore, and this way AP will know a lot more about the customers that they sell to. Whatever the situation, here's my advice. Carefully consider the watches that you request from the authorized dealer. There's almost 0 point you asking for a steel Panda Daytona because it's not going to happen. It's probably a waste of time. Instead, ask for a Datejust with a smooth bezel or an Explorer 1 two-tone, and you know, that might be a little more fruitful for you. And when you do request a watch, make sure you're very specific about the watch that you want and why you want it. Look, you might be an outdoorsy person that likes to go caving or mountaineering at the weekend, and so having an Explorer 2 might be very, very useful for you and very practical. Tick in the box. Become a well-known face amongst everybody at the authorized dealer. If they like you, they will help you and they will sell you watches that you want. If you're in a position to buy something that maybe you don't want to buy that much, but it's going to help you get the watches that you want in the future, it might be worth biting the bullet and doing it. Especially if you're going to buy that engagement ring or necklace or bracelet anyway, why not buy it from the place that also sells the Rolexes that you want? And finally, maybe it's worth just quitting your job. Like, just quit your job and become a world-renowned platinum selling artist. So you're a celebrity now and you can buy any watch you want. Good luck, guys. Please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.